Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the Hugh O'Brien family, Beau Biden's best friend and brother, Hunter Biden.
Thank you. If I had known how good a speaker Brian was, I wouldn't have agreed to do this. You know, Brian, that was really beautiful. Thank you. You really captured Beau, and he always appreciated your friendship and your guidance, and I think that he'd be proud of what you're doing today. As a matter of fact, I know he'd be proud of what you're doing today, so thank you very much. I also want to thank Javier and Rhett for thinking of my brother for this award. It's incredibly prestigious. I'm right now a little bit questioning their judgment. Having a Biden speak last at the end of a long award ceremony can be a very dangerous thing, but I promise I'll keep it about half the length of a speech of my father's, which will get us out of here by about 11:30 tonight. And Mr. O'Brien, what an honor to be in the same room with you. It truly is an incredible organization that you've built, and the legacy that you leave and that you still continue to create is an inspiration to me. And Scott and Jovita, I know my brother would be incredibly humbled to be honored alongside of you. And in fact, he'd be embarrassed by all the attention. He rarely took credit for all of the incredible things he did. I, on the other hand, don't mind the attention at all, so we'll keep it going. But after actually seeing Connor in Sydney and hearing their stories, I'm feeling incredibly inadequate right now. I have a lot to do. I think we all should be feeling a little bit inadequate right now. You guys are absolutely amazing. And Oscar, thank you so much for a wonderful night. You were incredibly generous. You were outstanding. So thank you. I was reading a little bit about Albert Schweitzer and Mr. O'Brien, your relationship with him, and one of the things that I read that he wrote, he said, his example is not the main thing in influencing others, it is the only thing. And that struck me because my brother's example to everyone around him was his dedication to service, to public service. And like HOBY students throughout the country, Beau's core, his dedication to public service, his dedication to service for others was evident since we were kids, since we were in grade school. And every one of his friends would tell you that. He had that rare combination of always listening to his heart while thinking and acting with his head, which I have 3 teenagers, and I'm finding that it is a very rare combination. And he had an indomitable will to bring justice to the world. And whether it was a bully at school when we were kids, or the countless bullies and abusers he prosecuted as Attorney General, Beau had this impeccable sense of right and wrong. And I know where my brother learned that. He learned it from our dad. Beau learned that public life was not about serving yourself, rather it was about the privilege to serve those who can't always serve themselves. And from the time we were kids, our dad was a model of what it meant to be of service to others, of the potential that a life of leadership and public service presents. He inspired us. He continues to inspire us. He continues to inspire me. And my brother went on to inspire countless people, not only in Delaware, but around the country. He was particularly passionate about something that obviously HOBY has been doing for a very long time, and that's reaching and protecting children, particularly in Delaware, but also across the country and actually around the world. And as Attorney General, he visited nearly every single middle school and high school in the state of Delaware. And he would do it after work, usually skipping dinner. He would bring Natalie and Hunter along with him, my niece and nephew. He would spend hours. He would do it after guard duty. He would answer every question, every concern. He'd talk to the parents if they were there. But he would stay until the last child had the last question or the last concern or needed the last hug. And he was tireless. But the real power of his example always returned to public service as a lesson in humility. He believed that public service was its own reward. He didn't join the Army to be seen in uniform or to pad his resume. He didn't need to do that. He joined because he thought it was the right thing to do. He didn't deploy to Iraq to win a Bronze Star or the Legion of Merit. He went because he thought it was the right thing to do. In fact, he was so insistent that no one know that he won the Bronze Star that even his closest friends didn't know. I, of course, told everyone. But that was my brother. He was selfless. He was humble. He was guided by a true north. And that true north pulled him toward public service in every possible way. But I think his greatest service was to his family, to his children, to Hunter, who was named after me, and Natalie, and to his wife Hallie, to my parents, to my sister, and my aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents. Beau was there for all of us every day, and he was especially there for me. And he is still teaching me, even now, how to be a better man every day. And I miss him every moment. It's impossible to come close to capturing my brother's life in just a few minutes. But being here tonight in the company of such distinguished awardees and such a distinguished group of people with such incredible passion, speaks more powerfully than I ever could. We were taught in my family, my dad takes credit for it, but it was actually my grandmother that actually taught us all this, that service is noble, that it can be hard. Change might seem impossible sometimes. Some days you may wonder, once you enter the public arena, once you go back to your school, as Brian was talking about, and actually say what you really feel, show your passion, is this really worth it? But as the best of your generation, which we've seen tonight, and many of you, and particularly in Sydney and Connor, you'll have a lot of choices. You'll be able to do anything with your lives. You have choices to take a certain job, make a certain salary, live in a certain place, all while comparing yourselves to each other, to those around you. And there's always this absolute pressure to succeed. But I hope you resist the temptation to follow what others say is the right path for you and follow the one you feel is right, the one that is deep in your heart. That's what my brother did. That's the power of his example. Because service is noble, and it is hard, but it is so rewarding. And change is possible. And I have faith, as my brother did, that you can all be the agents of the change you desire in the world. Again, I'm incredibly honored to be able to stand here in my brother's stead. And I want you to know that my entire family is incredibly thankful for the generosity that you've all shown us, not only tonight, but for so long, and so many friends in this room. We truly, truly appreciate it, and we love you for it. Thank you very much.